Scottie Scheffler delivered one of the most remarkable performances of his career at the 2026 Masters tournament, yet somehow walked away without the green jacket. In a dramatic and emotionally charged finish at Augusta National Golf Club, the world number 1 fell just a single shot short of victory, despite producing a tournament total of 11 under par 277. It was a result that would be celebrated in most circumstances, but at Augusta, where margins are razor-thin and history is always on the line, it left Scheffler with a bittersweet sense of what might have been a strong finish that wasn't quite enough heading into the final round. Scheffler knew he needed something special. He delivered a composed and clinical 68 on Sunday, an impressive round that outperformed eventual champion Rory McIlroy, who carded a 71. Yet, even that superior finish wasn't enough to close the gap entirely. The difference ultimately came down to earlier missed opportunities, particularly during a challenging second round that saw Scheffler struggle to maintain momentum. Still, what made Scheffler's performance extraordinary wasn't just his score, it was the way he achieved it. Over the weekend, he produced a flawless display of precision and mental toughness, navigating Augusta's treacherous layout without a single bogey. In doing so, he etched his name into the history books as the first player since 1942 to go bogey-free across both Saturday and Sunday at the Masters. On a course known for punishing even the smallest mistakes, that feat stands as a testament to his elite ball striking and unwavering composure. A roller coaster start. Scheffler's tournament began in relatively quiet fashion. He opened with an even par round, showing glimpses of brilliance but failing to fully capitalize on scoring opportunities. Early highlights included an eagle within the opening holes, an indication that his game was in strong shape, but a costly bogey prevented him from gaining early traction. The second round, however, proved to be the turning point in a negative sense. While conditions appeared more favorable, Scheffler was unable to take advantage. He recorded 4 bogeys en route to a disappointing 74, a score that left him trailing the leaders and facing an uphill battle heading into the weekend. Reflecting on that round, Scheffler admitted it was the moment that ultimately cost him a realistic shot at the title. He noted that while birdie chances were scarce during the first round, Friday presented a more receptive course. Unfortunately, he couldn't convert those opportunities, leaving valuable strokes on the course. The weekend charge. If the first 2 rounds were inconsistent, the weekend was nothing short of spectacular. Scheffler flipped the narrative with a masterclass in control and execution. On Saturday, he surged up the leaderboard with a round highlighted by 5 birdies and a crucial eagle, showcasing his ability to attack Augusta's scoring holes. By Sunday, he had transformed from an outsider into a legitimate contender. Starting the final round 12 shots behind, Scheffler methodically chipped away at the deficit. His approach was measured yet aggressive when needed, allowing him to capitalize on key holes such as Firethorn, the par 5/15, and Redbud, the par 3/16. Each birdie brought him closer, and by the time he reached the iconic 18th hole, Holly, he had a genuine chance to force a playoff. His par save there was admirable, but ultimately insufficient, leaving him just 1 stroke shy of tying McIlroy for the lead. A historic milestone amid heartbreak. Despite the disappointment, Scheffler's bogey-free weekend stands out as one of the most impressive achievements in recent Masters history. Augusta National is widely regarded as one of the most demanding courses in golf, with its undulating greens, strategic bunkering, and ever-present pressure amplifying every shot. To navigate 36 holes without a single mistake requires not only technical excellence but also extraordinary mental resilience. It's a feat rarely seen in modern golf, making Scheffler's accomplishment all the more significant. While he may not have claimed the title, he left Augusta with a piece of history that underscores his status as one of the game's elite players. Reflecting on what could have been in the aftermath of the tournament, Scheffler struck a balanced tone. He acknowledged the disappointment of coming so close, yet emphasized that he wouldn't dwell excessively on regrets. For him, the key takeaway was the progress he made over the weekend, transforming a seemingly lost cause into a near victory. He candidly admitted that if there was any area to scrutinize, it would be the opening rounds rather than his closing performance. Starting the weekend so far behind forced him into a position where perfection was required, leaving little room for error. His perspective reflects the mindset that has made him a dominant force in golf, a focus on continuous improvement rather than dwelling on setbacks. Building on an already impressive resume, Scheffler's runner-up finish at the 2026 Masters adds to an already impressive body of work. The previous year, he had finished fourth at Augusta with an 8-under par total. This year's performance marked a clear step forward, both in terms of score and competitiveness. Moreover, his recent track record suggests that more major success is likely on the horizon. In 2025, Scheffler captured two of golf's most prestigious titles, the PGA Championship and the Open Championship, solidifying his position at the top of the world rankings. With that level of form, it's reasonable to expect him to contend in the remaining majors of the season. His ability to bounce back from disappointment and maintain consistency across different courses makes him one of the most formidable competitors on tour. Eyes on the next challenge. As the golf world shifts its focus beyond Augusta, Scheffler will be looking ahead to his next opportunity to contend. The upcoming RBC Heritage presents a chance for him to quickly put the Masters behind him and return to winning ways. Given his current form and confidence, it wouldn't be surprising to see him bounce back immediately. The resilience he displayed at Augusta, turning a 12-shot deficit into a near victory, speaks volumes about his competitive spirit and ability to perform under pressure. The bigger picture. In many ways, Scheffler's performance at the 2026 Masters encapsulates the essence of elite sport. Success is often measured in victories, but greatness is also defined by how athletes respond to adversity. Scheffler didn't just compete, he elevated his game when it mattered most, producing a weekend performance that will be remembered long after the final scores fade. While the absence of a green jacket will sting in the short term, the broader picture remains overwhelmingly positive. He proved that he has the skill, determination, and composure to contend at the highest level, even when the odds are stacked against him, and perhaps most importantly, he reminded the golfing world that even in defeat, history can still be made. Conclusion. The 2026 Masters will be remembered as a tournament of fine margins, where one shot made all the difference. For Scottie Scheffler, it was a week of both frustration and brilliance, a performance that showcased his immense talent while also highlighting the unforgiving nature of championship golf. His bogey-free weekend stands as a rare and remarkable achievement, a silver lining in an otherwise heartbreaking finish. And as he moves forward to the next chapter of the season, one thing is clear: Scheffler isn't just chasing titles, he's building a legacy.